Jake here for American Trucks, and in this video we're taking a look at the OEM style steel rear bumper in black, fitting 2009 to 2018 Ram 1500s with the factory dual exhaust. One thing to note before we dive in is that this particular bumper does not have provisions for your rear parking sensors. So if your truck came equipped with those, you will either have to delete them or you'll have to look into other bumper options. Now you should be checking out this bumper if you want to inject your Ram with a cool, stealthy aesthetic, but you want to keep things looking a bit more OEM overall. Featuring an OEM Plus type of look with some additional style baked in, this is a great way to upgrade your truck without going overboard. When it comes to bumpers, you can break most of the options down into one of two categories. You've got completely stock replacements or aggressive off-road style bumpers. Now, not everybody wants that big chrome bumper, and not everyone needs the heavy, aggressive looking off-road style ones. Enter this option. Now the style, well, this is basically factory. It's essentially the same as your original bumper with the dual exhaust cutouts and the drop down right here in the middle for your license plate and bumper hitch, plus a step area and grips on the top. Heck, it even comes with new license plate lights. But the big difference here, well, that is gonna be the black finish. Now, if you're deleting all the chrome on your truck or you just want that stealthy aesthetic, this is a great way to get it. And a bonus for those of you who have a truck that did not come with the factory dual exhaust, if you want to add that or get an exhaust that exits there right under the bumpers, this is going to give you that functionality as well. It's a subtle change, but it sure does look cool. Much like your stock bumper, the structure here is made from high-strength steel with a black finish over top. The steps and step pad in the bumper are made from ABS plastic, meaning they're strong, lightweight, and durable, so they should last you quite a long time. Pricing for this one comes in at about $500, and that makes it one of the most affordable options for rear bumpers out there for this gen of Ram. Now, it's certainly cheaper than an OEM replacement and keeps that same look with a little added flair to it, so for that price, you really can't argue with it. Installation is going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and it should take you about 2 hours to complete the job. Now, this is a fully bolt-on part, so it requires no modifications to fit it, and it comes with everything you need to get it onto your truck. This is basically just gonna bolt right in place of your factory bumper. Not much more I can say about it here in the studio, so with that, let's hand things over to one of our AT customers who's gonna walk you through the install process.
Okay, and here are all the tools that I use for this job. We use a 3/8 nut driver for the license plate screws, a clip removal tool to get those plastic clips out. We used a 15 millimeter socket to remove the existing bumper, but I did notice that we had to go to a 16 millimeter for the new bolts and the new bumper. I used a black marker to mark the housing on the trailer hitch electrical plug. And I used a small screwdriver to remove the license plate electrical connectors. Not shown here is penetrating oil. I pre-treated the threads on the bolts with, and anti-seize to coat the bolts in case we want to take them out in the future. Good morning. Today we'll be replacing the rear bumper off this 2014 Ram 1500 with dual exhaust. This bumper had been in an accident, and it would be far less expensive to buy a brand new one from AmericanTrucks.com than it would be to repair it. This is the new bumper from AmericanTrucks.com. It comes with new license plate light fixtures with the attached light bulb. We'll install these in the new bumper here shortly. To take the license plate light out, rotate it 90 degrees. It comes out like that. Now, we don't have to take these out of the new one, but I want to show this because when we take the existing ones off, it'll be easier to take the connector off if we take the license plate light out. They also send these new clips to clip the license plate fixture in. We'll see that here in a minute. They've also sent 4 new chassis bolts with the new bumper. Now, I've gone ahead and I've lightly coated them with anti-seize. Sometime in the future, if you have to take the bumper off, again, it'll make it easier. To take the bumper off, we'll have to remove the license plate. Behind the license plate, there's two 15mm bolts. They'll have to come off, and two plastic clips. They'll have to come off. The license plate light fixture, we'll have to disconnect the electrical lead that goes to that. These can stay on the truck because we have new ones with the new bumper. I also have a 7-pin electrical trailer hitch plug. That did not come with the new bumper, so we'll have to remove that and reinstall on the new bumper. Before we get started, I have taken a few safety precautions. The truck is cold, it's in park, the parking brake is set, and since I'll be under the vehicle, I've gone ahead and chalked the tires. And since we'll be working with the electrical connectors, as a precaution, I disconnected the negative lead from the battery. To start, I have a 3/8" nut driver to remove the license plate. Here are the two plastic clips. We'll have to remove them, and the two 15mm bolts. Now, to remove these plastic clips, they're fragile. They do break easy. The best way to do that is to use a clip removal tool, which I have here. We'll go ahead and we'll remove these. We'll go ahead and we're just going to loosen these for now. We're going to leave them attached. The reason I'm leaving these attached is because once we disconnect the electrical connectors and disconnect and take out the 4 chassis bolts, I want to have these hold the bumper in place until I'm ready to take the bumper off. Let's start with the driver's side. We're going to remove the electrical connector that goes to the license plate fixture. And the best way to do this would be to rotate the light itself and pull the light out. We have new lights that come with the bumper, but on here there's a red clip. To release this, take a small jeweler's screwdriver, lift up on it, and the clip will lift up and the light will come out. We'll just leave this right here. Now on the passenger side, the same thing. We can rotate this light, take the light bulb out, and with a very small screwdriver, you can release this clip. Now moving over to the 7-pin trailer hitch electrical plug. If we look at this, we see a gray dust cover on the wires. Don't remove that. The plug itself will pull straight out. And before I do this, I'm going to take a black marker and I'll mark on the housing and on the hitch itself. That helps me line it up when we reinstall it. Now the hitch will, the connector will only go in one way, but that just helps us align it. Now we have to be a little bit careful on here not to twist this because we might damage the pins. What we want to do is instead, there's a release on the other side for the clip. We want to push that in and it should pull right out like that. Now the hitch itself has to be removed from the vehicle because we have to reinstall into the new bumper. There's 2 clips on each side of here. We press them in and the hitch plug should just come right out. We can elect to leave it in right now and take it out once the bumper is removed. If you press in both sides, it just releases the plug itself. We'll remove that and set it aside. Now there are 4 bolts that attach the bumper to the chassis, 2 on each side. These are right above the tailpipes with a 15 millimeter socket wrench. We're going to go ahead and we're going to remove these two bolts. Now that these two are off, we'll go on to the driver's side and remove the two on the driver's side. Now that we're on the driver's side, we'll do the same thing. We'll go ahead and remove these two 15 millimeter bolts. Again, I pre-treated these threads with penetrating oil to make it come off easier. Now, before we leave the underside of the truck, I want to show one thing here. So these are the bolts behind the license plate. They come into these two clips here. After I take these bolts out, we'll have to line up these two clips to the holes. It will make it easier for reassembly. Okay, now that we have the electrical connectors for the license plate fixtures disconnected, the electrical plug for the trailer hitch removed, the 4 chassis bolts removed. The only thing holding this bumper in now are these two 15 millimeter bolts. So let's go ahead and remove these. Now I'll also put a thin coat of anti-seize on these threads for future use if we have to take the bumper back off. Bumper should just now remove. Now that the bumper is removed, we'll go ahead and we'll line up these two clips with the holes the bolts go through. On the new bumper, we have these new license plate light fixtures that come with the truck with the bulb. To install these, there's only one way they'll go in correctly. Put them in here, hold it in place. Now the tab on here, it faces outward in this direction. And it just slides in and pushes down. Now it's in place. We'll do the same thing on the other side. It will only go in one way. We hold it in place, take the clip in that position, and we slide it down over the light fixture. It snaps in place. Now it's held. Okay, we have the 7-pin trailer electrical plug from the existing vehicle. It was not included with the new bumper, so I've taken it off and we'll put it into the new bumper. It just clips into place. There's 2 clips on each side. You just feed it in and push it up. Now that we have the license plate fixtures in and the trailer hitch, we're going to go ahead, careful not to damage the truck. We're going to put this in place. Now I had lined those clips up that will hold the bolts behind the license plate in. Now they're 2 15 millimeter bolts. What we're going to do, we'll start these, but we won't tighten them yet because we might have to do some work to align the 4 chassis bolts. So right now we're just going to start these. Okay, starting on the driver's side, we're going to take our new bolts. These new bolts are 15 millimeter and not the 15 millimeters we took off, so I had to replace the socket. And what you need to do, align the bumper. Now I won't tighten these all the way down until I get the other side, the two bolts on the other side lined up. That may make it easier for alignment. Okay, those bolts are in, a little more than hand tight. Now we'll go to the other side. Now on the passenger side, we have the two I started them hand tight already, just to line them up. We'll go ahead and look and tighten these ones down. Now that the passenger side one is tight, okay, now that the chassis bolts are all attached, we can hook up the electricals. The first thing we'll do is on the driver's side. We don't have to take the light fixture out in this case. We'll just slide on the new connector to the new light bulb like this. You can hear it snap in place. Push the red connector all the way in to make it seat. There, that's in. Now we'll move over to the other side and do the passenger side. Okay, the same thing on the passenger side. Lining up the red clip with that groove. We're going to take the license plate connector, hook it to this. Okay, now we have it lined up. It's going to clip into place like that. And that goes down like that. Might have to tighten that clip up just a little. Moving over to the trailer plug. Line those up and this should just go right in. Again, be careful not to twist it. This goes right in, and with a little push, you can feel it go into place. Now the trailer plug is connected and secure, and we're done under the truck. Now that we're back with the truck, we're going to go ahead and now we can tighten these down. Okay, now that these two bolts are in the bumper, we can now put the two plastic clips in. They just clip back in place, like that. Like that, you feel them clip in place. The next thing we can do is take the two license plate nuts, and we're going to screw the license plates in. And here is the final project.
That's going to wrap it up here for our review and install of the OEM style steel rear bumper in black, fitting 2009 to 2018 Ram 1500s with the factory dual exhaust. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, for all things Ram, be sure to keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.